What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the Brew Lab with me, Lone Fox, your brewmaster in chief. And tonight in the Brew Lab, I am coming at you with a mono red best of 3 deck from MTG Worlds, which is currently happening right now in Las Vegas. This is a deck list from Márcio Carvalho from Portugal. He's one of my favorite players. I've been following him for a long time. And the way the time zones are for me in Indonesia and the things in Vegas, like when I wake up in the morning, I'm just catching the last few matches from the night before. So it was one of the tiebreakers, and it was mono red mirror with Carvalho versus another guy. And I watched the final match, and it was just he started on the draw against mono red with a worse hand with mana problems. And he managed to, from behind, turn it around. It was the most masterful, like, mono-red mirror from behind comeback that I've seen ever. And it just, it's what prompted me to record this video. So, without further ado, let's jump into the first of our MTG Worlds brews. Márcio Carvalho's mono-red aggro for best of 3 Worlds meta. I haven't played best of 3 in months. And but I play a lot of mono red in best of 1. You can bet that every early season when I'm trying to climb, and so I'm really interested to see how it plays in best of 3. My theory is that a deck like this can go very, very far at this tournament. It does have a way to sort of switch to a more sort of mid-rangey strategy with Urba's Forge. There's different types of removal, and the Lithomantic Barrage, obviously, for the millions of copies of Rafine that are going to be running about in the meta. But then, like, just some Planeswalkers here to switch things up a little bit. I definitely think that this is not only will the learning curve for me be very minimal, because I know what I'm doing with this type of deck. I've played a lot of it. It'll just be interesting to see, like, how I sideboard going in blind. I didn't watch him sideboard. I just caught the tail end of one of his matches. Some interesting things just stand out to me straight away. First of all, only 2 Monstrous Rage, but I guess just having another, like, 1 drop that immediately triggers the celebration on Goddric is a good thing, and it also deals a bit of damage, and the blood tokens are, you know, nice to filter sometimes. Couple of Witchstalker Frenzy. I think this is going to be, it's so good that it reduces the cost, whether it's your creatures that are attacking or the opponent's creatures. It's just so nice card. I've seen it just working amazingly in the format, in the matches that I've caught from Worlds. Only 1 Feldon. Obviously bringing in the Heroes for the Shieldreds. Yeah, I mean, epic. What else is there to add other than let's jump into some games and see how the deck holds up on the best of 3 Mythic ladder. Going in blind, the way I like it. For these, whenever I do this during Worlds, I just grab the deck off the website and I jump straight in. By the way, while it's loading, we've got a little bit of time. I wanted to just show you guys where to get these. It's magic.gg. There's an article that splits it into A to L and M to Z, and it goes by surname. And you can scroll down, and you know, you'll find the person whose name of the deck is, and then you can copy that. I know most people already know this, but just for those of you who didn't, this is where I go for this. And then there's some interesting little bit of spoilers for Ixalan, which I can't wait to show you. Maybe at the end of the video we can jump into some quick little spoiler talk. Anyway, the match is still loading. Some crazy stuff from those spoilers from Ixalan, which, by the way, it's not too far away. November 20-something? So it's not too far away. It's just ridiculous. A couple of ridiculous cards from those spoilers, like holy cannoli. A little bit maybe kind of win more-ish, but like big stompy dinosaurs. I like. Play first. Nice. Yes. Yes. No Kumano. Would have loved to see a Kumano. The combo deck. So until we know more, just go all out aggression, see what happens. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. then the Cauldron can eat it, and then he gives the ability to tap, draw a card to another creature with the Cauldron. But, you know, I have to get it out of the way anyway, so there's not much really to do here. And there's the Crawler. Trippy ass deck, man. I'm telling you. This reduces it by 2. So for 1, he can... Here it starts. This combo's crazy tough. I think it was the Canadian team has brought this. It looks nuts. Absolutely nuts. Mono blue Cauldron. Okay, that's one way to trigger Goddric right now. And then we'll keep Sokenzan for next turn. I'm just gonna pump Goddric. He's looking maybe for a bounce spell. Ooh, this becomes a copy of things. Oh no, it doesn't. But you can untap it. Wow, here comes the combo wombo, people. I've been looking forward to seeing this. I wonder if he copied the list exactly. I'm actually going to put this one up on the channel. It's one of the ones that it's like it's a 1-0 at the event, I think. David Olsen, I believe. So now this is ridiculous. Okay. Fantastic. You're probably just completely screwed at this point. One mana activation. Okay. Badonkadonks. Okay, let's go for the Epicure again. So that leaves more mana for pumping Goddric. I don't think the Mycosynth is gonna do it, my friend. Woo! Alright, wow. What? How do I sideboard against this? What a crazy, like, combination of, like, long stretching. You know, this came out in freaking Innistrad. White or blue? I don't know, mate. Like, honestly, maybe a Koth or 2. Nah, I don't think this is a deck that we really need to be sideboarding anything, doing anything different. Like, it's just completely out of nowhere type of stuff. You just have to try and get underneath it before it pulls the combo off. It does need a very, like, specific series of cards to go in the right places. Terrible hand, though. Definitely mulligan this one. We don't need that much mana in a mono red deck. That's much better. Top deck city, baby. Gotta love the top deck city, baby. Skadoosh. Make a treasure. This is some crazy, like, they've been doing this, like, slowly seeping it into sets for ages. There's some activated abilities. It always takes one special person to do this. So now this costs just 1, 2, but he can only do it twice, eh? Hopefully we draw a land. Hello. Haha. He can still do it. Stuff it. What else am I supposed to freaking do here? Like, yeah. Opponent's bricking. Just keep it on until at some point we can lightning strike. I guess that's my only solution here. We're in lightning strike range. So we just swing with everybody and then... I think no, we just go. Tapped out, no ways. Mono red is... I mean, this deck was ridiculously weird and he bricked, but like, I think, I don't know, I hope it goes really far, just like as a statement to the meta and whatnot. In best of 1, it's so ridiculous. I'm super sick of it, but for it to be good in best of 3 is interesting. And a lot of people decided to bring it to Worlds. I think it stands a chance. And mono white aggro. On to the next one. We'll probably do like, if I, you know, we're 12 minutes in, so that was quick. If we can get like 3 full like best of 3s in all of the night, then tomorrow I want to check out one of the like more spicy ones, like maybe one of these cauldron decks, the combo decks. There's a few different versions of it. On the play, epic hand, da da da. Let's go. This is like, just concede, why don't you? Can't even use Elspeth's Smite. Didn't have it though, because there was no priority check. Now we need a third land, and we can go for Goddric. Okay, so Scoundrel it is, make treasure. We have the other Kumano entering the battlefield next turn. So by making a treasure here, we guarantee Goddric. Okay. Brought in the counter magic. That's very, very sneaky. Anti-mono red tech detected. No combo pieces, just straight up shenanigans. Alright. Still leaves a body on the field, my friend. I don't think you've got what it takes. Oh, Too late. It's Goddric time. Woohoo! So Mono Azorius Ass Masters. I hate this kind of stuff. Getting game 1 down is really good against them. I think it's time for Squee to go. It's Forge time. We don't need this because there's no creatures. And this only hits creatures. And then maybe one Nahiri. Nah. Let's bring in 2 Koths and get rid of the Feldon. This, I think, was good. You know, we're responding to a control deck by bringing in some walkers. And, you know... It's not amazing, but whatevs. Flooding. The Urabras Forge should be pretty good if we can find one. Oh, there's Koth. Game 2. Yeah. Thank God we picked up the Koth. Can you imagine flooding like that? Yeah. Sure. Nice. No, yeah, fine. Means he still has the freaking counter spell ready. Let's see if he... Okay, taps out. Mono. Does he just run like Fateful Absence? Oh, Azorius Control, you are the worst ever. I hate you. Ah, is it even mill on top of it? Nah, this is GG. All this life gain, yeah. How can we, I guess we just have to be lucky. More lucky next time. More aggressive hand, less flooding. There wasn't really much I could have done there. Play it out, but I just have a sneaking suspicion. I keep expecting that Teresian Mindbreaker, but maybe he just brought these in for the life gain, you know, as opposed to another card draw spell. It's not really... I've never been a huge fan of this outside of a reanimation type strategy, because... Oh, please. Please, baby. Give me some lovin'. Resolve the Forge. Let's go. Yes. Wandering Emperor. Wow. Surprise, surprise. Maybe it's even... I mean, there's so many ways to build control right now, but I'm not a wedding festivity type of a dude in my Azorius decks. I go mill, Jason, Mindbreaker, and sweepers and counterspells and card draw and life gain. And this together with Silver Scrutiny and okay. Wowza. He'll find it eventually. Oh, make disappears. There's also March, the White March that he could have for the Forge. I was thinking about Mind Splice, you know, that I was talking about earlier. Mind Splice with the Union and the Silver Scrutiny. Gain like 1,000,000 life. Late game. Survive with all of this kind of nonsense. Plus Celestis, plus Wandering Emperor. Until you find your win con, which at this point I'm starting to believe is maybe the crab. The hated crab. By which I mean, of course, the Hullbreaker Horror. However, any Goddric we top deck now immediately triggers because of the Rubras Forge. It's you play the Goddric, that's one. And then the horror token is 2. Boop, boop, gives Goddric flying. Interesting choices. No white. Okay, now he's got the Celestis for the white. Taps out. It's not really a window to anything. I don't think there's much here that we can do. Ooh, that's nice. A little extra damage. Is the Forge really gonna do this for us? Chin. Of all things. Please block. No blocks. Huh? He can't do the thing now because he loses the card right away. Oh wow, he went for it. That was risky. Right now, we've got lethal. If he doesn't have a counter spell, we have lethal. So let's test for that now. Oh. Should be it. Please, dear God, I cannot believe. Oh my. We almost had him, guys. We almost had him. Oh. Oh, yeah. Woo. More walkers. I don't know if that was a great idea, but let's see. Oh, you slimy person. Okay. I believe in the heart of the cards. We will draw another 2-drop. Now I'm fired up, baby. Gotta win this one. I'm dying to win this one. Please don't let me lose this. Yes! It's something. Red source, but if he goes blue, it's definitely make disappear, so I think we just have to chill. It could be the Elspeth Smite. Set third Foundry. Here we go again. Oh god. I promise you, this is why I hate Azorius. It's just like, it always feels like I'm fighting like a battle uphill. Forgy, forgy. This could be it. Deep pop. We've got the Foundry. It's going to be a 4/4. Slow things down just a tiny bit. I can see the freaking... I can see it. He's gonna let it go to night to gain 1 more life. Please give me the freaking mana. Oof. Okay, that's a little bit of sneaky technology. You are a very, very sneaky fellow. Very, very sneaky fellow. Oh, deep breaths, everybody. The man's lands plus forge is gonna do it, I think. We're also getting our good friend Kumano here in the hizzle, in the nizzle. This could be a Wandering Emperor. There is that. I think we have to try and slam a second forge. Swing. Gotta swing. Keeping it daytime by slamming that second forge, and then we have 1 activation here. Oh no. Oh, that was a mistake. Yeah, okay. I knew it was you. I knew it was you.
The energy of battle, then
had to be.
Like water.
Gain 2, take 7.
This is what you get for hurting my people.
The trample on the forges might just do the thing. A little play with fire still chilling in the back here. I think, dudes. Mono red. This is the only time I cheer for mono red right now is against this type of light. Anyone who plays Wandering Emperor and Farewell and Sunfall and doesn't have my respect. Even though I was just playing it, you know, up until a few days ago. Okay. Still daytime. Alright. You slimy bugger. Nice. 2-1 against like full-on Mr. Control deck with a million life gain. With mono red in best of 3 feels like about as good as it gets, honestly. So yeah. Cool. Cool beans. I guess we're just gonna have to leave it at that. We've gone to the 30-minute mark. I don't want to go too long. Also because I want to jump into some spoilers from Caverns of Ixalan. So, yeah, I mean, what is there to say? I think the sideboard's great. I think it's amazing. It's still freaking strong. Goddric, the main new edition, but also Charming Scoundrel, just ridiculous card. Yeah, just... And the Forges there against Control, this thing that, you know, gets around the Sunfalls and whatnot and just keeps getting bigger progressively if you can get one down. The fact that you can bring in some Walkers for alternate win cons with them, you know, with their -7 abilities. Oh, this one's a -8. You know, nice. Congratulations to Márcio Carvalho for making it to day 2, and I can't wait to see what he does in, you know, later today when I start watching it again. Okay, so boopity bappity, open a browser. Get this on full screen mode. And here are some Caverns of Ixalan spoilers. First of all, the lands, guys. I know I say this every set. Oh, these are the ones that are finally going to get me to stop playing with my Godzilla lands. And I've been saying that every set almost, but this time I'm for realsies. These are like actually properly gorgeous. Like, holy crap, these look fantastic. I don't know, you know, they might not be everybody's cup of tea, but this like South American mythology stuff is really sweet to me. So I might actually end up splurging for these ones. But aside from the lands, we've got quite a few spoilers for Ixalan and just some ridiculous stuff. I've had a good look at them already, so I'll be quick. This Huatli, Poet of Unity, it's got, you see how it's got the modal MDFC little symbol, so it's got a front and a back side. The backside is of Huatli is the Roar of the Fifth People. And so it's a 3-mana 2/3. When it enters the battlefield, tutor up a land, put into your hand, then shuffle. And then on turn 5, you can, or, you know, unless you've ramped or whatever, which you obviously are, I think, in a deck like this, from what I can see, it's going to be in some sort of like Naya dinosaur ramp deck, which just sounds so up my alley. But you can pay 3 and, you know, white and, you know, these dual pips, so you can pick whichever mana you have. But, you know, it being green and the pips here being Boros, it's a Naya card, and that is confirmed by the back end here. We can also see the little circle down here, the 3 colors. So first chapter makes 2 3/3 green dinosaurs. Second chapter, Roar of the Fifth People, gain creatures you control tap for mana. So you make the 2. You use them to pay for big ass dude, Etali, Galta over here, you know, in your dinosaur tribal deck. And then, chapter 3, you search your library for another dinosaur, put onto your hand, then shuffle. So, you know, you probably already cast, if you're ramping properly on the second chapter, you've already cast an Etali or something. And then on the second chapter, you can on the third chapter, you tutor up another dinosaur, be it another Tyrannax, whatever. You'll definitely have the mana by then to slam it, because that's turn 6, 7, 8. And then on turn 9, if I've done my turn 5. I mean, if you're ramping and everything, this could probably be like turn 7, turn 6, turn 7. Search your library for, dinosaurs you control gain double strike and trample until end of turn. So even just your freaking topiary stompers are just so much better with double strike and trample. I think this is actually pretty damn good, honestly. I think the most difficult thing is going to be like playing it on 3 and having it survive until 5, but there's definitely ways of doing that. So, pretty excited about Huatli over here, and like Naya, big dinosaur decks. Ooh, baby. You know how much I love me a good tribal deck. So, next up we got Breaches, the Eager Pillager, epic artwork. He's a goblin pirate. It's got first strike. It's a 3/3, no haste. So 3 mana, 3/3 first striker. But then whenever a pirate you control attacks, so I guess you're playing in a deck where you've played a pirate before him, and then he enters the battlefield, and then you can attack with the unsummoning sick pirate that you played the turn before. So then it doesn't need the haste, because you anyway get one of these triggers. So you choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn, create a treasure token, create a target creature can't block, exile the top card of your library you may play this turn. So if I read it correctly, you can pick all 3 of them within the same attack step if you're attacking with 3 separate pirates. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but that seems pretty freaking nice. And, you know, Ixalan, like, maybe we get some more of these goblins. So it's... Remember the cycle of lords that we've been getting. And the most played one is probably the soldier one. But there's the goblin one, there's the merfolk one, there's the elf one. Like, that never really got good. Maybe now it's time, you know, for the goblin one or the merfolk one, because Ixalan is, you know, there's merfolk and stuff there, so who knows. Anyway, I gotta wrap this up quick. The next up is a pretty bonkers looking legendary artifact with great artwork, the Skullspore Nexus, for 6, 7, 8 mana, sorry, but it costs X less to cast, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. You know, in the deck, whether you want to be playing this, and Galta here is on the battlefield, there's a 12/12, or even just a freaking Topiary Stomper, like, suddenly this becomes much cheaper. And then it's got this crazy static ability. Whenever one or more non-token creatures you control die, you create a green fungus dinosaur creature token with base power and toughness, each equal to the total power of those creatures. So, you know... opponent goes for the targeted removal on your whatever, it just gets immediately replaced by a thing that's the exact same power and toughness as the thing they just killed. It's gonna mean, like, of course, Sunfall is already amazing, and like, but maybe hang on a sec, my staff's calling me from downstairs. Yeah, I mean, exile removal obviously bad, otherwise amazing. Finally, 2 mana activated ability, 2 mana tap, double target creature's power until end of turn. Now, this card is good. Is, I think, really, really strong as well. We're getting towards the end. This too, you can see the symbol again here. So we've got a double-sided. So this one's a land that turns into a god. I think that is going to be ridiculous. Once we get through the whole card, you'll see why. So not only does it not enter the battlefield tapped, it just immediately can tap to add a red mana. And then for 3, you tap it, transform it, activate only if red sources you control deal 4 damage this turn. Fine. And only as a sorcery, so some hoops to jump through. But anyway, still pretty cool. And then on the backs, once you transform it, it becomes Oja, Mr. Dinosaur Arm. Axonil, the Deepest Mind. 4/4 with Trample. If a red source you control would deal an amount of non-combat damage less than its power to an opponent, that source... to an opponent, only opponent. That source deals damage equal to the power instead. When it dies, return it to the battlefield. Tap, transform. So it keeps coming. If it dies, it goes back to being Temple of Power, and then you can just retransform it again. I think that's pretty bonkers. And then last but not least, Galta, Stampede Tyrant. This one has Twitter in an uproar. 6, 7, 8 mana. Reanimated. It enters the battlefield. You put any number of creature cards from your hand onto the battlefield. Note, it doesn't say if it was cast anywhere on this card. That's why people are saying that, right? So, like, you can reanimate this on turn 4, 5 easily. There's so many ways of doing it in the format, or, you know, cheat it in many other ways. Your fight rigging decks, whatever, your Alara decks that are trying to use the spell side of the raccoon guy, like, whatever. There's so many ways to cheat this out. As long as it's entering the battlefield, then you can immediately put any number of creature cards from your hand onto the battlefield. So I can imagine those retarded turns where you have like this, an Atraxa and an Atali all entering the battlefield on the same turn, and ridiculous stuff happening. Cool. Excellent. But that is it, guys. That's it as far as spoilers. And that's also it as far as gameplay footage. So I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. I'll be seeing you all in the next one with another fresh World Championship brew. And until then, this is Lone Fox from the Brew Lab, signing out. Peace!
Woo!